50 years of hip hop has been celebrated. Now we can think about the future. I discovered hip hop in the schoolyard. I was maybe like 9 or 10 years old. A friend of mine asked me to stay after school to see a battle. And I thought they were gonna fight. Went to the schoolyard, discovered it was a dance battle. Because I was a latchkey kid, I would go straight home. I didn't know that there was this community of young people expressing themselves with dance, with art. I was just blown away. I said, this is where I want to be. You know, as a first generation Colombian American, that hip hop community became my surrogate family. You know, hip hop helped me form my identity, and I learned a lot about social justice, the inequalities of this world, and I wanted to be part of the solution. The fifth element of hip hop is about knowledge of self and community. I'm a hip hop scholar, I am a hip hop organizer, I'm a filmmaker. I'm actually considered like one of the godmothers of hip hop education, not for nothing. I really felt that it was necessary for young people to learn about hip hop so that they can discover what I discovered, the agency to be who I wanted to be. This partnership with Lincoln Center and Hip Hop Education Center is so important. We are thinking long term. How are we going to continue the conversation in the community?
We need to have a really clear understanding for what the fresh,
Yes.
bold, so deaf thing is.
Fresh being a fresh new way of looking at women's history and looking at hip hop history. Bold because we want to highlight those bold women. So deaf is that we continue to be that one, that muse for the culture. We are the muse.
In an art form that on paper society has communicated it as being hyper male-centric. It's an opportunity to reframe the narrative.
The Fresh, Bold, and So Deaf Symposium is so important. Women in hip hop don't have the luxury of uniting and having these meetups. This is very unique. So for us to have women from all over the country coming together to have a real earnest conversation about our roles and what we need to change in our culture, it's going to be monumental. We're giving permission to young women so that they can see themselves as feminists and not be afraid of that term and to own it. This partnership with Lincoln Center, I'm so grateful that we get to change the culture of an institution like this, but also bring in the next generation that is probably going to do even more.
Out your league, watch you step another level, I'm the best.